I was raised in church. If the church doors were open, we were there. And my parents divorced when I was 11, and I was torn out of everything that I ever knew. My church home, my family, my friends, and we were here in Austin. And I went a really long time without a church home. At 11, losing everything you ever knew, I was mad at God, and I told God, hey, look, this doesn't seem right. But He kept letting me know, just trust me, and it was real scary at that age.
I wanted to be a missionary. That's what I wanted to do when I graduated from high school. But life goes other ways. And I found myself married at 18 and having a baby at 19 at the University of Texas, getting a degree in elementary education. It was hard, but get through it. Unfortunately, 2 kids later, that marriage fell apart, and I was divorced with 2 young children under the age of 3. And, just trying to figure things out. I found a church, a Baptist church in Austin that I attended. I started teaching Sunday school and singing in the choir, and felt like I had my church home, honestly. Met somebody, was going to remarry, went to my pastor at the time and asked him if he could officiate my wedding in the sanctuary. And he informed me that since I was a divorcee, that wasn't possible. That he could do it in his office, but that's about all they could offer me. So I turned in my choir robe and left, and pretty much fell into the de-churched population. I was very disillusioned with the whole idea of church. I never lost my faith, but with the whole idea of church just didn't resonate.
And by my senior year, my husband started going to my school, and we started dating, and we got married, and he then got sent out of state for a while. And so for about 2 years, I'm living in an apartment by myself, and I found Riverbend during this time and started going to Bible studies and started volunteering in the children's department. And I was volunteering so much, people mistake me for staff. But we start trying to have children and we don't. And we waited a very long time, but we ended up adopting our daughter May, and that whole journey was a leap of faith as well. She's incredible. Like, that whole journey of waiting for her and praying for her and being with it's just hard to put into words.
My niece, Traysi, was volunteering here at Riverbend, and she said, why don't you go talk to Gordon Smith? And that's what I did. Showed up in Gordon's office. I think it was about an hour, and the next Sunday I started volunteering in the children's department at Riverbend, and for the next 10 years that's what I did every single Sunday. It was 2005, I suppose, and Connie Borcherdine, the children's pastor, asked me if I'd ever thought about going into ministry. He says, well, I have an opportunity for you if you'd like to come on staff here. Think about it, pray about it, talk to your husband. I went home, I talked to him. He said, yeah, I'll support you. I'll make extra money. He was a golf pro at the time, so he could do lessons to bring in money. Because it was going to be a drop in pay. He says, don't worry about it, I'll support you. So in October, I left that job of 25 years, came on staff here at Riverbend in the children's ministry. In November, a month later, I found out I was pregnant. 47, my youngest daughter was 23 at the time, and I was like, this is crazy, but good, right? It was really, really blessed to have a baby at that age. And I went home to tell my husband, and he told me, well, that was great, but he had been having an affair for a year, and he was leaving and moving in with her, which he did. I won't lie to you and tell you it was easy, and it was hard for a very long time. But it wasn't on my own. I could never have done it on my own. I had God on my side, and I knew I was never alone there, but here in the earthly realm, I had this church, and I had this community of faith that, quite frankly, saved me.
You know, in every hindsight moment, I can always see there was a perfect plan, there was perfect timing. And now I'm here, and it is the most fantastic, most wonderful job. And I had a thought the other day while I was thinking about this, that I was a preteen when I came to God and started to form a relationship that helped me through some of the hardest things I've ever been through. And now I get to talk to preteens every week about, pour into that relationship with Christ, get to know Him, so that, He's the one that you're always going to be able to depend on. God, it is corny and cheesy, or cliche, but God delivers, like in the perfect time, and you just gotta lean into it.
And so now on the other end of it, my son is now 17 and graduating from high school and ready to go out and make his mark on the world. And I feel like if there is anything I can do to be what people were for me, then that's what I'm gonna do. And if I am given every opportunity I am given to show Christ to others, because I'm a product of that, that's what I'm gonna do.